They chased after the hurricane while digging a pit in the wild, trying to bury a Korean policeman alive. Before the attack, the kidnapper asked the policewoman what prophecy she had, and the policewoman smiled and greeted the other's 8 ancestors. In this way, the two threw the policewoman into the deep pit, and each one knocked, and soon the goods were full. In the distance, the police had already arrived at the scene along the location. He pointed his gun at the fat man who was burying people, but his walkie-talkie heard a terrifying call. The kidnapper heard it and ran away. Just then, he raised his gun, but only hit the tail light of the car. He tried his best to dig the policewoman out with his bare hands, and the team leader of the alarm center was finally saved. Late at night, the woman woke up in a strange bed, and he opened his eyes to find that it was clearly a studio, and 3 cameras were facing him without dead ends. Soon the male lead walked into the room, and Xiaomei took a closer look. This person was actually the boyfriend she had just made yesterday. Dagwang tried her best to persuade her to become a first-line movie star soon by virtue of the girl's appearance and figure. At this time, the fat man on the side was speechless, and the two were wanted by the police for the whole process. He didn't understand why his teammates had to live stream with the girl. Fatty said nothing in anger, and asked his accomplices to quickly divide the dirty, and he took the money and went back to Gao Laozhuang. Dagwang obviously didn't want to give the money. Fatty was angry, and took out a knife and aimed it at the neck of his accomplice. During the argument, Dagwang grabbed the tie and stabbed Fatty's thigh with his backhand. Then the two rolled behind the sofa, and there was no sound in an instant. The girl hurriedly slipped out of the room, but before she could run out, the bladder closed the door of the room, and the kidnapper took out the used diaper and directly stunned you, and then dragged her into the depths of the corridor and disappeared. On the other hand, the police used technical means to track down the kidnappers, who were hiding in Hala Mountain. The families of the hostages remembered that there was a middle school on Hala Mountain. Back then, the father of the 2 sisters was a teacher in this school. The boy's mother had the longest thigh in the village. For the sake of his son and his sick husband, he would wear stockings every day to go to the men in the village to pull insurance. At this time, the son was lying outside the window watching the disgusting men touch his mother. Soon, his mother became the object of ridicule from his classmates. The boy fought with others a lot for this. Although he hated his mother, he understood that his mother did this for the family. Until this day, the head teacher gave him a camera, and the boy was very happy.